Here's how we combine a Kanban Maturity Model with the Wardley Maps. We're going to start off in the middle here with the team as an agile coach, we're helping development. And to anchor our map, we're going to be looking at up top the product that this development team wants to push code into. Along the way, there's a few hops that they need to take. Code from the development team first gets sent to a code review group, two people with other jobs who also do this on the side. Once that's approved, the product the code is merged and it gets sent to a regression testing group. They run through the whole product, making sure everything's working properly. Once that's done, the regression testing sends the final product off for deployment. This is another group who handles pushing code out to the final product in live environments. And that's that. On the other side, development also requires product management. They're going to be setting roadmaps and defining epics and whatnot. And over here, another one, regulatory conformance. Think of this as approvals and making sure everything is being done, meets legal standards, meets some business practices that need to be followed. More technically, development is going to be looking at more dependencies. Platform modernization. And over here, infrastructure. Platform modernization, setting technical best practices and some guidelines for development teams to follow. In infrastructure, it's provisioning little test servers and whatnot whenever it's required for development teams. So it's a pretty simple value chain that's, I've worked with a client and this sort of resembles how they were structured and what they needed to do to get code out to the product. And some experiences to share using a Wardley map in the Kanban Maturity this way, which we didn't have at the time, but really helps make things more clear. Is while we were working, there was this sort of line right down the middle here between teams within the organization that were more mature. And you see here, ML level 2 or ML level 3 or above. No team was actually really great. Some had okay predictability. Some had a process under control. Regression testing and then regulatory conformance basically came in and had a checklist of the things they needed to follow. So they did their job pretty well. It was very structured. On the other hand, though, we had code review, we had this infrastructure team, we had platform modernization, and there's a bit all over the place. Platform modernization, it's kept changing what had to be done. They ran with different priorities recording development. Infrastructure was really unreliable. Things came from them that was bad that needed to get sent back and redone. So we lost a lot of time there. And code review, like I mentioned, had two people with other jobs on the side. When we see the organization structure like this, it helps us prioritize what might we want to focus our coaching efforts and make bigger changes in the organization. We might start off saying, hey, if we can bring infrastructure up and help them out, as well as platform modernization and code review, we might get a bigger bang for our buck in terms of coaching investment and bringing code to the product more quickly. At the time, though, all the attention was focused right on development. And it makes sense. There was a lot of people there. The experts were there, and they were the ones who really had the responsibility of delivering products and meeting deadlines. The problem was that there's all these other connections that development teams relied on, both upstream and downstream. So there was no way that improvements in development were going to have an effect across the entire value stream. Being able to map it out like this shows us that an infrastructure platform and all these teams over here on the left side all have a part to play. It also shows us there's a lot of different steps that the development team needs to go through before they can actually get code out to the product. So if we want to optimize things for flow, we can sort of see where some changes might be made. If we want to look at how infrastructure and platformization are also part of bigger value streams that have other dependencies. So if we wanted to map that out, we could. Thank you very much.